Hi Ardlon, this is Emily Betancourt. I'm here at Global Mushroom Farm in California in the United States. Here with me today is Frank Valle, who is a general manager of Global Mushrooms. So Frank, how long have you worked for Global Mushrooms?
I've been working for Global Mushrooms since 2002, so I've been here for 19 years.
And how long have you worked in the mushroom industry?
I've been working in the mushroom industry for 22 years.
Wow, so you bring a lot of experience with you.
Uh, a little bit, a little bit, yes.
Well, I've worked for Global Mushrooms for the last 2.5 years, and I've worked in the mushroom industry for 24 years now. So today we're at our composting wharf, and we're going to talk about how to make compost here at Global Mushrooms. Frank, we're here in front of wheat straw. So wheat straw is the main ingredient in making compost. So can you explain a little bit about the wheat straw that we have here?
Yes, well, basically we are using a wheat straw. We use about 150 tons per week. Each of these bales weigh about 950 pounds, 980 pounds. And we try to be focused on the size of the straw. Because for the system that we have a 22-day compost. So the longer the straw is the better for us.
Great.
So this is the best size of a straw that we can use because of the number of days that we have the straw in our phase one, I'm sorry. And the ideal size is 7 to 10 inches long. That will be a perfect size.
Okay, Frank, can you explain the raw ingredients that also goes into composting?
Yes, so what we have in here, Emily, in the first bunker is the cottonseed meal. Cottonseed meal is good in nitrogen, and also it's a good water source just to retain the moisture in the compost. In the second bunker that we have in here, we have the DPW, or the high poultry waste. It's also rich in nitrogens, and it's also something that we use for the dewax of the straw. In the third bunker, we have the cottonseed meal. That's the one of the best supplements that we have. It's really rich in nitrogen, but also it's the most expensive material. In the fourth bunker, we have the gypsum. The gypsum is what we use to adjust the pH on the compost. So that's basically the four supplements that we use for our formula.
So Frank, we're looking at one of the ricks that we started with the compost. So part of the process is that we pre-wet the bales in the recycled water that we use here on the compost wharf. And then we break out the bales and fluff them up with the compost with the tractors.
The first ingredient that we add after we break the bales is the high poultry waste, or DPW. We leave in this pile for approximately 6 days. And then we start building the rigs to start adding the rest of the supplements. The cottonseed meal, cottonseed hulls, and gypsum.
And you can see how it's already started turning color with the dried poultry waste and the water. We had the nice yellow straw. It's already starting to flatten out a little bit. So the composting process has already begun. So now we're in another part of the ricks. Frank, what day has this ricks been made?
Well, these rigs are basically in day 12, are basically 9 days before phase 2 process.
And again, you can see how darker and richer the straw is getting.
We're adding water every other day, and it's been turning every other day.
And what is the purpose for turning the compost?
To add water and also add oxygen.
Yes.
To keep the activity in the compost.
Because you can see how the steam is coming off of these rows. So this is pretty hot on the inside, correct?
Yes, we can reach about, we have here maybe around 160 to 175 degree
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yes.
So basically what we have in here is the straw that is almost ready for the phase 2. This is the stage of this straw is day 18. It's 3 days away from the phase 2, to starting the phase 2 process.
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for to know that it's become a successful composting?
Well, we can keep track of the temperatures, and also we check all the moisture inside. You wanted to see the thermophilic and the color, the shortness, the softness of the straw, so that way we determine if it's ready or not.
So this is day 22 of the compost, and it's going to be ready to fill into our trays to go into the phase 2 chambers. So here we are in one of the growing rooms here at Global Mushrooms. And Frank, what type of mushrooms are being grown here today?
We have whites or agaricus.
What else?
This room is in stage 1 or first break. We harvest 3 times each room: first break, second break, and third break.
And what other mushrooms are grown here at Global Mushrooms?
Whites and browns.
And what percentage would you say is whites versus browns?
We grow around 70% of whites and 30% of browns.
And so as you can see, this is a first break, and we have our pasteurized compost. It has been topped with peat moss mixed with limestone to act as a water reservoir. So Frank, now we're inside one of the cremini brown growing rooms. Can you talk a little bit about the harvesting of creminis and how you set it up to then produce portobellas?
Yes. So basically, it's the same crop, the same the same process. And what we have in here, like, we can harvest this as a cremini because we don't prepare the space around the creminis for ports. So basically, that's the only difference. When it's cremini, we irrigate less and we don't prepare around. But when we leave it for ports, we just spread or make a space in between to let them develop, and of course adding more water.
And if you did not make the space, what would happen?
Well, we're not gonna have the quality that we want. We might have probably more pounds, but not the same quality, and the mushrooms won't develop the sizes that you want.
So Frank, now we're inside one of the portobello growing rooms.
Yes. So basically what we have in here, this is the ports. You can select different sizes, depends of the needs of the customers. This might be medium size for ports, and this one might be a small size or portabellini. It all depends of the needs of the customer. And it takes about 4 to 5 days to finish harvesting one room, because we have to select the sizes: small, medium, large, extra large.
So now we're inside our cooler that we have at 34 degrees Fahrenheit. We package our mushrooms in what we call pre-package. So these are 8-ounce white button mushrooms that go to retail stores. And then here's our small white agaricus button mushrooms ready for market. Here we are inside the cooler of Global Mushrooms. So these mushrooms now are getting ready to be palletized and shipped off to our customers. One thing that we focus here at Global Mushrooms is on quality. Quality is very important. Our mushrooms get shipped out to high-end restaurants, to grocery stores, to food service. They're shipped out in 10-pound boxes. We either whole or slice or pre-package. Food safety is very important here on our farm and for our customers too. So we really take pride in the product that we produce, very safe for the consumer and safe for the environment. I want to thank you, Frank, for your time today and giving us a tour of Global Mushrooms.